So basically, after watching the death of Junior Pope, I prayed and told myself that everyone should at least have the basics of basic life support and ACLS rather than that of content creators. Because at time of our challenges, we find ourselves being surrounded by content creators rather than people who are ready to help us. Everyone now have phone. During the time of death, you see people videoing you to death and not helping you. Because of this, we at the Enclave Studio, we have decided to prepare a short clips at least enlighten us on the rubrics of basic life support and ACLS. Let's watch.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is a form of basic life support that is applied during a life-threatening emergency. Basic life support on its own is a level of first aid resuscitation that can be used in emergencies until victims are placed into the care of medical professionals. Situations that call for CPR include cardiac arrest, near-drowning incidents, suffocation, or any in which a person is not breathing. It involves performing chest compressions and rescue breaths. Keep in mind that the goal of performing emergency cardiopulmonary resuscitation is to ensure the circulation of oxygen-rich blood to the brain. This action can help prevent brain damage or death from occurring. Therefore, chest compressions push blood around the body, and rescue breaths push oxygen into the lungs. This process keeps the vital organs supplied with blood. Remember that in an emergency, every second counts and it's crucial to know what to do. Hence, it is essential that both adults and children learn the basics of performing CPR. But have you asked yourself why it is important to learn CPR? There are many reasons why learning CPR is important. According to the American Heart Association, 383,000 sudden cardiac arrests occur yearly in situations that are outside of a hospital setting. A majority of those take place in a home, however. 70% of people in the U.S. don't know CPR or have forgotten how to do it. This statistics would definitely be worse in the undeveloped part of the world like Nigeria. All parents of infants and small children should also learn how to do CPR, so that they can take the appropriate action if their child or infant stops breathing. Acting swiftly often means the difference between life and death in any of these situations. Now, what are the step-by-step approach to performing basic life support? First things first, if you come across someone who has collapsed and isn't breathing, you need to follow these simple steps. Check whether the person is breathing by gently shaking their shoulder while tilting their head back. If they aren't breathing, quickly move on to step 2. Open the airway. Use an automated external defibrillator if available. Perform chest compressions using both hands. Place them on their breastbone and press down to a depth of around 5 to 6 centimeters. Begin compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute. Allow the chest to fully recoil between compressions. Provide rescue breaths. Give to rescue breaths 1 second each. Resume chest compression. Continue cardiopulmonary resuscitation until the person starts to breathe or help arrives. Keep this up at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. While doing this, give rescue breaths by locking your fingers together and placing them in the middle of the chest. With your elbows out, push forward as you exhale, then release the pressure as you inhale. Remember to repeat this process until help arrives or the person comes back to life. Again, in emergencies like these, every second counts.
Stand up, look up, stand up, can I have some help please, help please.
Falling is a physiological response to ensure that blood flows through the gravity to the brain. Remember, it is easier for blood or for fluid to flow horizontally than for it to flow up. Don't also attempt to force the victim to drink by mouth because he or she is going to aspirate. It will complicate the whole situation. Whether it is mouth and milk or whatever concussion you are giving the person, it is extremely dangerous at this point. Also, give the patient or the victim a breathing space. The goal is to allow this patient to get air. If you crowd the patient and be shouting on top of your voices, it's not going to impact on the situation. Most importantly, whenever you suspect a case of cardiac arrest or related condition, I want you to call for help. Yell on top of your voices. I know in Lagos, Nigeria, the code is 112. Try to learn the code for other states. I can't remember that of Enugu State and other surrounding region. Finally, remember that the overall goal is to get the patient to the hands of experienced medical personnel as fast as possible. So, call for drivers, call for help, rush this person to the nearest emergency center where this person can benefit from extended and experienced hand. My name is Kenneth Oruka on behalf of Enclave Studio. Thank you so much.